Hey guys, so your girl Wendy Williams finally came clean about her ex husband, Kevin Hunter, and his side piece, who he now is living with and have a baby with. And Wendy has been paying all of their bills. This is what she has to say. After she found out about the woman and she went to the house, she said she did some damage to the car.
Painted Kevin and Wendy forever.
Well, so she thought. Isn't it sad, folks, that women are so thirsty, at least some women are so thirsty for a man that they would put up with anything. Now, it has been alleged that Kevin Hunter has been cheating on Wendy for a lot of years. Okay? And she put up with it. She turned a blind eye, and she even put out a statement that as long as he doesn't have a child out there, she's willing to put up with it. But then a child turned up, and that's when she separated herself from him. But to me, the disrespect was enough for her to put her foot down and separated herself from the jump, from the get go, before it got out of hand and she became so embarrassed that she was paying all of their bills. But that's what the judge orders. So it's a lesson for all of the women out there. You got to be careful. You got to tread lightly when you're going into relationships with some of these men. If you see that they're gold diggers and you are an entertainer and they just want to manage you and they don't want to do nothing else, just keep your left eye on them, your right eye open when you're sleeping, and hide all the knives in the kitchen because they will stab you in the back, okay? So all the years Wendy had her show, she was putting on a front. We now know that she was putting on a front. This man had his side chick all along, and Wendy was dogging other relationships when her own relationship was in the gutter. So he was living with the other woman, enjoying the fruits of her labor all these years. Anyhow, let's continue to listen what she had to say because we already know the story. She's like a day late, okay? Because the story has been out and we all know the story. So I guess she's trying to come clean now.
He was tricking up money. She's in the passenger seat of my Rolls Royce Ferrari, and
So for years, the other woman is in your Rolls Royce, your Ferrari, Wendy, and you did nothing about it. Now you coming clean when they already have a baby living together, and it's all over but the shouting. And you got a divorce. It's kind of late, isn't it? For all this crying and hoop hollering. Wendy should have been spilling tea on him when it was happening. And people would have dogged him out and he wouldn't have been this careless with and sloppy in everything that he was doing. He would have been tighter with it. I don't think he would have left the other woman because when a man don't want you, no matter what you do, you can't bring him back. But my point is, he wouldn't have been so flamboyant with it out there, out in the open for everybody to see that he was cheating because word was out years ago that this man was cheating on Wendy. But now everybody knows Wendy's business. I mean, it's over what? How many years that we know what was going on? So for her to come out now and start spilling tea and coming clean, it's a day late and a dollar short. So the judge ordered Wendy to pay all this money monthly, and he wanted more. He said he was her manager and he deserves it, but we saw Wendy for years grinding on that show. He was behind the scenes, yes, but Wendy was doing all the work. I guess she figured half a man is better than none.
He was tricking up money. She's in the passenger seat of my Rolls Royce Ferrari, and I mean, really? Really? And our son's in Miami.
The thing is, when they put up with it, I mean, it always bothers me when women put up with such nonsense and then they cry later that, oh, he dogged me. No, you allow yourself to be dogged. You allow this man to do this to you for about 10 years plus. Because when he was making good money and she could have told him to step anytime, move out of the house, get away from her, go live with the other woman, and let him bounce as a manager. But no, she put up with it. He continued to be her manager until he was just sloppy with his business, and it just, came out in the open to embarrass her.
So I have to be calm on the phone with him, like a loving mother.
So Wendy said she had to be very calm on the phone with her son so as to not tip him off that something was wrong with the marriage. But guess what? Usually the kids already know. The parents try to hide it, but the kids already know. He probably was reading it in the tabloids and heard people talking about it because, let me tell you, I've been hearing it for over 5 years and people were always talking about it. So what she was trying to hide, I'm sure if she asks her son, he probably will tell her, yes, I knew.
The address of this place that he had purchased to share with this backwoods bitch, 9 miles from my house in Livingston.
So Wendy says 9 miles from her home in Livingston, New Jersey, he decided to shack up with this hood bitch. I mean, I guess whatever is going on with Wendy, she's really that that memory bank is coming back full force. She is just wailing on Kevin, but it's too late. It's all over by the shouting. Come on, let the man alone with his woman. They already got a child. They happy together, or so they claim. They hurting for money now, though, because he said he needs money because Wendy's lawyer cut him off.
And they're living the high life.
Yep, they're living the high life off of your money. And you should have put your foot down some way, somehow. You should have not allowed that to happen, Wendy. You had too much. I mean, you could have gotten good lawyers. I don't know what kind of lawyer you got, that the man that you married with stepped out on you and cheated, had a child, and you still had to pay him alimony. You had a good lawyer. But he said he was Wendy's manager and he helped her to build her career when he stepped in the picture. That part of the Wendy Williams show he helped to build, so he deserved something. I guess that's why she was paying him. But I just felt as though it was unfair that he dogged her like that, and she still had to shell out all that money in the end for him and his woman to live the high life, as she put it.
I went to the house, a beautiful house with a 3-car garage.
So Wendy was doing a drive-by, folks. She was hiding in the bushes. She was hiding. That's a little too late, isn't it? You're going to wait until the divorce, until this man is comfortable in a fabulous mansion with this woman, and then you hiding in the bushes. You should have done that from the get-go. When you suspected he was cheating, you should have gotten a private eye. You should have hid in the bushes. You should have flattened some tires. You from, I guess, you from the hood. You from Asbury Park. And they do things kind of different in that neck of the wood. But them hood girls would have flattened some tires, honey. They probably would have maybe torched a few things, okay? You needed some hood friends, Wendy, and they would have told you what to do. You sitting up there in your purple chair or pink chair or whatever chair down there at the Wendy Williams show, and you had this man dogging you for years and putting his hands on you and all kinds of shenanigans, allegedly. And on top of that, he stepped out on you with all kinds of women and then produced a baby, a whole baby. Not even a little fertilized egg that got aborted, or the woman had an abortion. A whole baby, a live baby. Yeah, please, Wendy, you ought to be slapped. I swear. You put up with a whole lot, sister. And you still crying? You should have been rejoicing right now that this bad beat, this no good man is out of your life. And you still sitting up there crying. What you missing? The sex couldn't have been that good because he was giving it to the other woman.
I went to the house, a beautiful house with a 3-car garage. I was cupping my eyes at every window.
See, that's the problem right there, Wendy Williams. You too prim and proper. You cupping your eyes at every window trying to peek in and peer in the house instead of you busting some windows out. You'd get a good view that way. You needed to get a brick, all right? Or a stone or a rock, whatever you want to call it in your neck of the hood. You needed to bust some windows out, talking about peering in with your cup in your hand and looking through the window. What's wrong with you? You needed some hood friends.
Oh. Okay. Not in my house.
You damn skippy it wasn't your house, but you was paying for it though.
But This is a good come up for a 32-year-old woman.
It was a good come up off of your coins. That's why you should have put your foot down. There ain't no sister in the hood paying for no other woman to live off of her money with her man. Are you crazy?
32-year-old woman who's been involved with my husband for over 10 years.
So Wendy says she's 32. And she was involved with Kevin for over 10 years. Which means she probably was a little teenager when she got involved with him, because she said over 10 years. 10 years, she would have been 22. But over 10 years, she probably was a teenager, maybe 19, let's say. And she put up with that ish that long. You good, Wendy. I wouldn't have put up with it. Not me. I have a feeling she probably felt as though it was going to fizzle out since the girl was so young. And she probably figured Kevin cheats and he's not going to stay with this one either. So it will fizzle and he will move on to the next person and they will just come and go and he will stay with her. But guess what? It just takes one person to keep him, you know. And Sharina kept him.
Who's been involved with my husband for over 10 years. Pulled out my spray paint. And I spray painted Kevin and Wendy forever.
Is that what she means by retaliation? Saying how much she love him, Kevin and Wendy forever? What kind of ish is that? You could have done better than that, Wendy. First of all, you were spray painting your own car. Because you said they were driving your cars. So the cars that you were spray painting was your own car. You bought them. That's what you said. So that's not retaliation. That's stupidity. Or maybe what she meant to say was that the money she was giving him, he bought 2 cars from it. So it's like her cars because it was her money that bought the cars. Either way, that's not how you retaliate. Like I said before, you needed some hood friends to show you how to properly retaliate. And he is laying up in the bed with this other woman and you spraying Kevin and Wendy forever. You know what? You need a good ass whipping. That's what you need. What kind of fatal attraction is that? So I don't know. Wendy, there's no excuse for all that carrying on that she allowed Kevin to get away with. He totally disrespected her. That's all she can do. Spray paint her own car and hide out in the bushes and peer through the window like the midnight stalker. So it's kind of good in a way that he got cut off from her money. Now his little behind got to go work. And that woman of his got to go work. Instead of enjoying the fruits of Wendy's labor, let them get off their little behinds and go find a job somewhere. Be gainfully employed. It's like a double-edged sword. You want Wendy to get control of her money, but you don't want these spongers to continue to be sponging off of her. Anywho, YouTubers, drop your comments. Let me know what you think about this saga. Wendy came out saying how much Kevin dogged her. And now, like if we don't know. We've been knowing this for probably about 5 years now. I've been knowing it. Anywho, drop your comments. I'm over now. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to my channel and to this video. Thank you for watching.